more than just red or blue. This is about humanity. This is about my success being your success being my success. I'm honored to be the congressman-elect for Florida's district, Florida's best congressional district.
Congressman Maxwell Frost is now the youngest member of Congress, and David Hogg, who was active in Maxwell Frost's campaign, wants to see more members of Congress like Maxwell Frost. Gun safety advocate and Parkland school shooting survivor David Hogg has launched a new organization seeking to put more young people in elected office.
That is what young people do. We defy the odds and we defy expectations because we are passionate and committed to creating a future where our schoolhouses are schoolhouses and not slaughterhouses, where our planet is inhabitable and not uninhabitable for future generations. But just voting is not enough. We have to get better leaders involved.
The organization, called Leaders We Deserve, will support candidates who are of the school shooting generation, candidates who are 30 years old and under for state legislatures and 35 years old and under for Congress. And the group is putting an emphasis on supporting candidates who are running for state legislatures. Joining us now is the founder of Leaders We Deserve, David Hogg. David, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Please make your case for this organization and what you hope it can accomplish.
Absolutely, Lawrence. You know, after Parkland happened, there were many people who came to us and said, it's great that you all care as young people about ending gun violence, but you can't change gun laws. This is Florida. And then we did. We raised the age to buy a gun in the state to 21, and we passed red flag laws. Then they said, well, it's great you did that, but young people aren't going to turn out. But then we said, OK, watch us. We had the largest youth mobilization with March for Our Lives since the Vietnam War protests of the 1960s, with millions of people marching with us in Washington, D.C. and around the country in the aftermath of the Parkland shooting. And we registered tens of thousands of voters with that. We then went on, later on to play a critical part in electing President Biden and defeating NRA puppet Donald Trump. With that, lastly, people said more recently, it's great you all have done that, but you'll never elect somebody who's 25 years old to Congress who doesn't come from a super well politically connected family like Maxwell Frost, who was a March for Our Lives organizer. And we said, OK, watch us. And we did. And now he's the youngest member of Congress. And that's what we're trying to do here. Our generation, our entire lives during school has been taught with our ABCs to run, hide, fight to survive a school shooter. Our generation needs to repurpose that. We need to start running for office. We need to stop hiding from the responsibility that we have to protect future generations. And we need to start fighting for a better future with the understanding that while our political system is broken, it is not unfixable because we are getting to work, and people like Maxwell Frost and so many others are joining us in that fight. So we're really taking this to state legislatures, where Ron DeSantis and the worst of these policies are coming from in the first place, like the Don't Say Gay laws, like permitless carry, and so many awful policies. So if people would like to join us in that work to lead the fight to creating a better political system, starting at the ground level with our state legislatures, they can go to leaderswedeserve.com.
You make the point that Republicans have been targeting state legislatures for many, 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 many years, while Democrats' concentration tends to be on Congress and the presidency.
Absolutely. And I think part of the reason for that is that for a long time, Democrats had the Supreme Court, but we don't have that anymore. Our generation has the greatest asset anybody can have on their side in politics, which is time. And the fact that we're going to outlive a lot of the people that work in the building right behind me and in the Supreme Court. The question is, what are we going to do about the legacy of a lot of these far-right leaders who have taken over our political system and rigged it in their favor through things like gerrymandering, where states like Florida continuously pass progressive ballot measures that ultimately the state legislature invalidates because they've created a system of gerrymandering where politicians are picking their voters and voters aren't able to pick their politicians nearly as much. We need to bring this to the state level to start testing out progressive policies there, seeing which ones we can get done, developing the right jurisprudence to see what we can get through the courts so that when my generation comes into power, when my generation, joins that bench, we can say, actually, this is why these progressive policies are constitutional. And this is why our schoolhouses need to be protected more than somebody's, supposed right to an AR-15 with a history of mental illness and racist comments like the shooter at my high school had.
The current president of the United States would have qualified for the support of this group when he was running for United States Senate. He was barely old enough to be sworn in as a senator, Joe Biden, when he won. And so starting young has a very strong advantage in this field.
Absolutely. And that's why President Biden is actually a huge inspiration for this project. We've seen the enormous success that he's had in passing the first gun safety bill and more. And if people are interested in joining that, joining our effort, they can go to leaderswedeserve.com and donate $10 a month, because we need to get to work before election season. Thank you for having me on.
David Hogg, Leaders We Deserve. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, David. Really appreciate it.